The political exchange between Gachagua and William Ruto is less like a disagreement and more like a classic African homestead moment where the assistant chief is asking the crowd to sit quietly while the chief himself is announcing you can enter the meeting without knocking. I want us to unpack this moment with practical wisdom and some bit of humor. You see, Gachagua is essentially saying that when the president comes, no one term, no noise from the crowd, let him speak and leave. In African tradition, this sounds very familiar. African elders were right when they said that when the drum of a chief is beaten, even the gods stop chewing. Gachagua is reminding the crowd that authority deserves silence and order, especially in public gatherings. But politically, this directive carries another layer. It sounds like a parent telling children, when your father enters the sitting room, switch off the cartoons and sit properly. Which raises the question, why are the children already noisy before the father arrives? Usually when a leader asks people not to chant something, it means the chant is already trending like free Wi-Fi in a campus hostel. African elders were right when they said that smoke does not rise without a cooking fire. If nobody was saying one term, nobody will need to burn one term. Then comes President William Ruto with the political equivalent of, I am the landlord of this compound. I don't knock. I own everything here. His statement, I will go anywhere because I'm the president. I will not ask permission from anybody. This echoes a powerful African proverb that the owner of a drum decides the rhythm of a dance. In simpler village terms, imagine someone announcing, no one should enter the kitchen without permission. Then the mother walks in and says, this is my kitchen. The conversation is finished. Ruto is reminding everyone about constitutional authority wrapped in political confidence. Now, here's where things become interesting. Gachagua is emphasizing respect for the office of the president. Ruto is emphasizing power of the office of the president. These two are cousins, but they are not twins. African elders were right when they said that respect is given by the people. Authority is carried by the stool you sit on. Gachagua is talking about crowd behavior. Ruto is talking about presidential legitimacy. One is managing the audience. The other one is managing the stage. You see, in African politics, chants are never just chants. They are like border riders. They look casual, but they already know exactly where they are going. When leaders start responding to slogans publicly, it usually means that the slogan has moved from the marketplace to the power table. African elders were right when they said that when children begin discussing inheritance while the father is still alive, the elders must call for a meeting. That is the mood this exchange between William Ruto and Gachagua quietly reflects. The funniest part is the coordination or the lack of it. You see, Gachagua says, let him speak peacefully. And then Ruto responds, nobody controls where I go as the president of the Republic of Kenya. It feels like two announcements being made from the same church pulpit. but the announcements are made using different microphones. This is a classic African compound scenario. The uncle says, let's respect the father. And then the father responds, who said I needed permission? Suddenly everyone pretends to adjust their sandals. Politically speaking, Gachagua is protecting presidential dignity, but Ruto is asserting presidential independence. The public is hearing presidential confidence mixed with coalition tension, which reminds us of another African proverb that when two elephants walk together, the grass still listens carefully. You see, citizens always listen between the lines. This moment between William Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua reflects something deeply African about leadership culture. It reflects that respect must be visible. It reflects that authority must be audible. It reflects that unity must be believable. And right now, each message is emphasizing a different one of the three. Or as elders will conclude at a village baraza, the drum is one, but the dancers are many. My name is Biketi. If it is your first time here, make sure to follow this channel and to subscribe for more political analysis.